Hey guys, I'm just going to do a quick video blog on a game that I've been playing recently called Exploding Kittens. I thought it might be a good idea to review this. It takes 2 to 5 players. It can take up to 15 minutes to play, and it's for ages 7 and up. And it's quite a fun game. It just comes in this little box with 2 different settings for the cards, and the instructions are really easy to follow. So I'm just going to explain some of the cards that are in the game first. So you have a taco cat, which you can't really do much with. It's just for using if you have pairs or triples. I'll explain what that rule is in a moment. You have the catamelon, which is also similar in that it doesn't really do much. The bearded catman, yeah, that would be pretty weird if I had a cat growing off my beard. And there is the rainbow Ralphing cat and the half potato cat. These cards do not really do anything in the game other than if you are collecting them for pairs or triples. If you are playing a hand and you have a pair, you can pick a card at random from your other player. If you have a triple, you can get a choice of which card you want to take of them. So if I had 3 of these guys, I could say to my player, I want your diffuse card. I'll explain what that is in a moment. There is a skip card, so you get to skip your go. That's particularly useful if you have played See the Future card. The See the Future card allows you to see 3 cards on the top of the deck, and you might see that the Exploding Kitten is going to come up on the next go, so you want to skip to avoid getting it. There is also the Nope card. So if somebody plays 5 cards to say pick a card from the discard pile, you can say nope, you're not doing that. Or if they play 2 of a kind, you can say no, you're not doing that. Or if they're playing 3 of a kind, you can say no, you're not doing that. So it's a good card to have. Maybe you know that the Exploding Kitten is on the top of the deck, so you might want to shuffle it. Particularly if somebody has diffused the bomb, the Exploding Kitten, and they put it back. There is a favor card. Now the favor card allows you to pick another card, but your friend has to pick that card. You don't get a say on that. There are attack cards. They are particularly useful if you want to make somebody have to pick up 2 cards, so that's useful to have. Now, the idea of the game is that you have exploding kittens that you need to avoid. Now, the basic setup of the game is, what you do is you give each player a diffuse card to start with, so that they will have 1 of those in their hand, okay? The remaining diffuse cards go back in your deck. Now, because we're playing 2-player, you only put 2 of those back in the deck. If it's 3-player, you would put 3, alright, and if it's 4-player, you'd put, if it's 3-player, obviously one of those would go to that, and those cards go back in. Now, I'm going to only put 2 of those cards back in my deck, and, well, I will put those back in my deck once I've issued out the remaining cards. So each player gets a diffuse card, then 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. That now allows you to put the remaining diffuse cards back in the pack and shuffle it, and the Exploding Kitten. So you put those in your pack and you shuffle it. So I'm going to shuffle those. Now, the person that goes first, they might decide, looking at their cards, so I'm going to pick up these cards, that I can't really do much with my hand yet. I've got a hairy cat guy, a melon, a taco, a potato, and a diffuse card. The diffuse card is for when I get the Exploding Kitten. So, say for example, I picked that up and it was on the top. What I can do is put my diffuse card down in the discard pile, and then I can choose where that goes. If I put it back on the top, I could be really evil so that the next player is going to get that card. Alright, or I could shove it at the bottom or anywhere in the deck so that other people can still have a go and the game can continue. Now, because it's early in the game, I've just got my diffuse card, so there's nothing much for me to do there. I'm going to pick up another card. That's giving me the throwing up rainbow cat. Again, what I might do is for my other player, I've got a nope. I can block things. I can skip my go. I can preview the next 3 cards. So if I put that down, I now know that in the next 3 cards there is a bearded cat, a nope card, and a throwing up rainbow. Now because I've got a throwing up rainbow, alright, I might want to get that card later, but there's nothing I can do about it now. I've just got to pick up the next card. Now, back to my other player. I'm going to pick up another card, and it gives me the throwing up rainbow. I now have a pair. What I can do is pick one of these cards at random from the other player, and so I can put those down into the discard pile and pick a card at random. So I've got the skip. Now you might be lucky to get the diffuse, which gives you 2 opportunities if you get the exploding cat. So it's pretty easy to pick up. The idea is to avoid getting the exploding kitten. You play strategy by maybe finding a pair so you can possibly pick the diffuse card off your friend, or you get 3 of a kind and you can actually see where that card is and get it from them. You might not have a diffuse card, but know that there is one left in the discard pile. So if you have 5 completely different cards like that, you can put those down in the discard pile and rummage through it to try and get another diffuse card if somebody used it earlier for the exploding kitten. Now, it's quite fun because what you can do is you can block people using the nope card. So if they've tried to do a trade, they put all their 5 cards down, you can block them. Then you can attack them and make them have to pick up 2 cards, because after each go you have to pick up a card. And it's quite fast paced. The more exploding kittens in it, the funnier it is. Particularly if they all end up near the bottom of the pile, because you keep trying to diffuse it for each other. But I really enjoyed this game. I played it with some youth recently, and it took literally 2 minutes to pick up. It comes with a great set of instructions, which are really easy to follow. It shows you how it works, the setup. Remember what I was explaining about special combos with 2 of a kind, 3 of a kind. And it's in this nice nifty box, which is really portable. So I would recommend that to anybody. I thoroughly enjoy it, and buy it. And thank you for watching my blog, and I look forward to sharing some other favourite games of mine. Thank you.